me, lads. Here we go. Go the Cowboys.
Hey guys, Sean here. Just want to do a big shout out to Rugby League Culture Lounge. All the best this year, 2020.
Alright, oh, yeah. Fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to the Betfred Super League Elimination Finals preview for the 2023 Super League Final Series. It's going to be a fantastic elimination finals this weekend. Two massive blockbuster games to get into, and as always, he joins me every week just about for the previews.
Yep.
CJ Moxley.
That's
Hello,
me,
CJ. Yep. Congratulations on Warrington making the finals, and unfortunately, Salford have missed out.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I think we're lucky to get in there. I feel like at the start of the year, when we're 8-0, we're just about locked. But yeah, we scraped in, and I guess that's all that matters. And obviously, commiserations to Salford. I think they'll be back next year better. But yeah, just happy to be there.
Gee, it's been a tough year to be a rugby league fan in the Nick from Australia world. You had the Cowboys miss the top 8. You had Salford miss the top 6.
Oh, gosh.
West Coast and the AFL not make the finals either.
A bit tough.
Chelsea are struggling. It's been a tough year, man.
Justice
it's been
for
rough.
Well,
you know what? This Super League final series is going to be outstanding. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Obviously, Catalans and Wigan get the week off. And obviously, we've got the two games to look forward to. We've got Hull KR up against Lee in the elimination final. And we've got St. Helens who are up against Warrington. So it's going to be absolutely outstanding. If you guys are new around here, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone that tunes in to the channel and checks out the content. It means a lot. And guys, don't forget to subscribe. That's the most important part. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. And hello to everyone that's tuning in. I know it's not the best time to do a live stream because it is obviously pretty early in the afternoon. It's only 4:15. And we've got SS Storm fan and the King here as well. Hope you guys are well. Shout out to the King. I know he's a big Warrington fan, so he'll be getting around the wire this weekend, just like you, CJ. So
the King, yeah.
Well, mate, let's get into the first game. Obviously, only 2 this weekend. The elimination finals begin. Now, the first game, it's Hull KR versus the Lee Leopards at Craven Park. This game is on Saturday morning for us here in Australia, 5 a.m. I know it's a really ugly time slot, but with it being an elimination final, sudden death type game, you've got to get up and watch this. This is going to be absolutely huge. Now, having a look at the odds, Hull KR are the favourites at $1.55. The Lee Leopards at $2.45. Now, obviously, these two sides played each other in the Challenge Cup final, which was probably the game of the year, in my opinion. That Challenge Cup final was outstanding. Man. The golden point, the field goal from Lachlan Lamb, which led the Lee Leopards to victory. Obviously, the boss, Derek Beaumont, went berserk. Obviously, we all know that. We all love Derek. He's very entertaining. So shout out to Derek Beaumont. But before we get into our tip, because obviously the team lists don't come out until like midnight our time, having a look at some of the results this year between these two sides, I have played quite a few times. So round 3, the Lee Leopards did defeat Hull KR at Craven Park, 30 points to 25. Now, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that was the game, CJ, where Josh Charnley scored with like a minute to go or last play of the game, and they ended up winning. So, and it was off a controversial pass.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, that would have been Charnley on the bell.
it wasn't the TV game either. I think it was Lee's first win. Yes, it was. So I think that was the game where Charlie scored in the corner with under a minute to go. There was a controversial pass in the lead up to it, but that
Yeah,
was the
forward, I
first game
reckon.
they played this year, and it was a cracker. So the Lee Leopards went 1-0 up in the series there. And then the next time they would play was in round 17, CJ. And the Lee Leopards defeated Hull KR, and they beat them very well. They beat them 34 points to 4 at the Lee Sports Village. So Lee Leopards 2-0 over the Rovers so far.
Right, good stuff from Lee.
Absolutely. And then obviously the Challenge Cup final happened not long after that. And obviously the Lee Leopards winning that by a Lachlan Lamb field goal, which was
3-0.
outstanding. And then I think it was 2 weeks later, Hull KR got their revenge on Lee. They beat them 52-10 at Craven Park. So
Jeez.
pretty insane stuff. Lee Leopards have beaten them 3 times this year. Hull KR have only beaten them once. So
Lee lead that.
yeah, you had the 2 games early in the year where Lee won. One of them was late in the game. One was a blowout. Then you had the Challenge Cup, and then the Rovers got one back on them. So Lee Leopards are 3-1 over Hull KR this year. Moxley, with this game, what do you think the key matchup is? Obviously, like there's a lot of good matchups here, but what's the key matchup for Hull KR and Lee on the weekend?
Key matchup. Probably be the halves battle. I think the halves battle is going to dictate a lot of
Brad
what
Schneider
happens.
versus Lachlan Lamb.
Oh yeah, the direction of the game. Two of those halfbacks, Lachlan Lamb, Brad Schneider. They both played a key part in both teams' runs to the final. So I'm really interested to see how that battle goes, and I think the backline battle will be pretty entertaining as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, it will be. Now, for me, Moxley, I think this is going to be an extremely tight game. I think this could even go to extra time. There is potential for it. I mean, you had the game early in the year, then you had the Challenge Cup final, and then you had the 2 blowouts where Hull KR flogged them, and obviously Lee flogged them as well. I don't reckon there'll be much in this. I think it'll be a sold out Craven Park. The League fans will travel. So for me, it's going to be huge nonetheless. Now, having a look at the odds, Hull KR, our favourites at home at $1.55. Lee Leopards at $2.45. CJ, who's your tip for this game? Who do you think wins? Who advances to next week's semi-final?
This is tough because both teams always grind it out with each other most of the time. I'm going to tip. It's a bit of a boring tip, but I'm going to tip Hull KR at home. If it was at Lee, I probably would have went Lee, but I feel like Hull KR have been showing a bit more these last few weeks. Lee were hard done by, obviously, last week, but I feel like they've been a bit on the slope anyway, so I'm going to tip Hull KR by 6 points, go 26-20, and my first try scorer will be Sean Kenny-Dow.
Sean Kenny-Dow for the first try.
Yep, in the first 5 minutes, I reckon.
Oh, might have to throw some money on that on the weekend.
Okay,
Moxley, for me, I'm actually going to go with the Lee Leopards. I think they're going to do it.
Lee Leopards, eh?
I've sort of written off the Lee Leopards a lot this year. If you go back to our Super League tipping videos, especially the first 12 weeks of the year, I barely tipped the Lee Leopards. I didn't really believe the hype of them, but they've made a fool out of all of us, and they have proved everyone wrong. They've had a great season. They are the current Challenge Cup winners. Now, it would be the ultimate revenge for Hull KR to eliminate the Lee Leopards in the first week of the finals after losing the Challenge Cup final to Lee. So I can see that happening as well. I also think that there's a little bit of a rivalry built in here between these two sides. I really do.
Is. That's
I
what
really
I was about
do
to say
believe it. I think there's a little rivalry building up between these two sides. And if OKR do manage to knock off Lee, then that will be very intriguing to see how this battle of these two sides do go over the coming years. But look, bro, I'm going to go with the Lee Leopards. I'm very impressed with them. I think they're going to cause a bit of an upset at Craven Park. I think it will be a very, very tight game. I'm going to go the Lee Leopards by 2 points. I'm going to go
Ooh.
the Lee Leopards here. I'm going to go 22 points to 20. First try scorer. Look, first try scorer. I can't go past Josh Charnley on the wing. He's having a phenomenal season. So I'm going to go Josh Charnley, first try scorer.
Fair
Lee
enough.
Leopards to win by 2 points, 22 points to 20.
Yep, fair enough. This game should be a cracker, man. I think. Oh,
Yeah.
there's so much potential in this match.
And just so everyone knows that this game is on Saturday morning for us here in Australia at 5 a.m. I know it's an ugly time, but get up for it because this is going to be a cracking game nonetheless. So
I'll get up for it, mate.
I'll be up. I'm going to go with Lee, and you're going with the Rovers.
Yep.
Interesting. Let's go to the second elimination final now. St. Helens, the reigning, the full-time champs, up against Warrington.
Oh.
Can Saints do it the hard way? Can they win 5 grand finals in a row? They have to do it the hard way. They did miss out on the League Leaders Shield, and they did miss out on second as well because results did not go their way. Now, Saints against Warrington. This is the last game that James Roby will play at the totally wicked stadium as well.
That's right, at home.
And Warrington looking to cause an upset. There's not really any pressure on Warrington going into this. Paul Vaughan suspended. Now, just so everyone knows, this game kicks off at the perfect time for us here in Australia. This game kicks off Saturday night, 9:45 p.m.
Oh,
You couldn't have picked a better time. 9:45 p.m. Unbelievable. We've got St. Helens against Warrington. Huge game. Elimination final. I can't wait for this. Now, a bit like the Lee Hull KR game, we'll go through the match, the times that Saints and Warrington played each other this year. And they did play each other back in round 10. And Saints were too good in that game, winning 28 points to 6. They were too good at home there, St. Helens. Then the next time that they played each other was in round 18 at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. And Saints only just won that game, 24 points to 20. That was a really good game, that one. I do recall watching that. And they also versed each other 2 weeks ago at the Halliwell Jones Stadium, and St. Helens did win that game, 18 points to 6. But you got to remember, there was no George Williams in that game against St. Helens. So George Williams will probably be back. The teams don't come out for another 7-8 hours for us here in Australia. They usually come out about 10 p.m. towards midnight. So we'll know exactly who's playing then. But you'd expect everyone to be named for both teams. Saints will name their best team. Sable Warrington, sudden death elimination final. Saints are 3-0. CJ against your boys this year, the Wire. Does that concern you going into it?
Yeah, it does. It kind of reminds me of they're a bit of our bogey team, but it's a bit of a hoodoo there. They never really blow us out, which is good, but they do got a really dominant record over us, so it is something that we need to talk about heading into this week's preparations.
Now, I think I read a stat a while ago that Warrington have a very good record over Saints in finals games.
Oh, really?
Yes. Well, okay, here we go.
That'd be cool.
So here it is. Here, shout out to the Facebook page known as the Warrington Casuals as well. By the way, they're the ones that put this out. I saw it this morning. Now, in 2012, Warrington beat St. Helens in a playoff semi-final at St. Helens, 36 points to 18. Then in 2016, Warrington were top of the league and they beat Saints at the Halibel Jones Stadium, 18 points to 10. Then in 2018, Saints were top of the league and played Warrington at the totally wicked stadium in a playoff game, and Warrington beat them 18 points to 13. And then in 2019, Warrington knocked off St Helens as well in a game which had Declan Patton at halfback and they had Ben Curry at 5'8". So St Helens' record over Warrington in finals games is pretty shit.
Well,
So
that helps us, that record.
It'll be
Gives
over
me a
10
bit more
years
hope.
since Saints have beat Warrington in a finals game if
Jeez.
Saints are to win. So it's going to be extremely interesting. Now, CJ, obviously there's a lot of key matchups here.
Oh,
Look
yeah.
forward to. Obviously, you got Matt Duffy up against Jack Wellesby. You've got Johnny Lomax and Lewis Dodd up against Josh Drinkwater and George Williams. Darryl Clark, who's going to St Helens next year, up against the greatest hooker in the Super League history, James Roby. Now, obviously, the big one, Paul Vaughan suspended. Big loss, CJ. Massive.
That hurts. That one. If he was playing, I would have come into this game with a lot more confidence.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, it's a big blow. And he got suspended against St Helens as well. So
yeah, and Saints get back Alex Walmsley, who returned last week. So
that's a tough one to take.
It's looking more and more likely that Saints are looking the goods here, but you just can't ride off the wire. I know we say every year, oh, it's their year, Warrington's year, but in this type of game, no one expects Warrington to win. Everyone just thinks Saints are going to cruise past Warrington, move on to next week, look to win another grand final. How many row have they won now? 4 in a row?
4 in a row, yeah.
Saints are looking to win 5 grand finals in a row. Now, that is an unbelievable record. It really is. So I'm very intrigued, CJ, to see how Warrington handled this occasion.
Yeah, I think the pressure is off us and all the pressure is on Saints, but we can't take that into account. We just got to play our game plan. We just got to know what to do, man. If we can knock off the Saints, then it's probably one of our best achievements all year. But yeah, it's going to be the toughest task of all, so we just got to be ready for it, prep well.
Never say never. I mean, last year, the team that finished third in the Super League played 6, and that was Huddersfield against Salford, and Salford went to the John Smith Stadium and beat them 28-0. And
that's right.
This year it's third against 6 again, and can Warrington cause a huge upset? Who the hell knows?
It'd be one of the biggest upsets of the year.
But huge. CJ, I'll tell you this. Obviously, you are a Warrington fan. You're 0-3 against Saints this year. But as long as you have George Williams there, who is the England halfback, you will be a chance to win this. I have no doubt the Wire are a chance.
Well, we competed with them without George Williams, which takes a lot of, I think that would be a lot of confidence to the boys.
Yeah.
Knowing that we now have that attacking direction to, compete for more and even snag a win. So, yeah George Williams is a big inclusion in this game.
All right, mate. Let's get your prediction. I know you're going to tip Warrington, but do you think it's going to be a really tight game?
Look, I can't say I'm confident. This is huge for us. I'm going to tip us to knock off the Saints and end their dynasty. I hope so. The Wire by 4 points. Hopefully our finals record against them continues. I'll go 18-14. First try scorer, I'm feeling Ben Curry.
Ooh.
The Wire by 4. Let's do it. It'd be huge.
I've got to disagree, though. I'm sorry. I just think
it's fair because they are the benchmark, but no, it'd be huge if we can get this.
I think Saints will beat them, but I don't think it'll be by 30, like everyone's saying, 26, 30 plus.
Surely not.
I think it'll be a bit closer than that. So I'm going to go. I'll go Saints by 14 points. I'll go with a scoreline of St Helens 30 points to 16, and first try scorer for the game. I'm going to go Joe Batchelor, first try scorer.
Joe Batchelor.
Yeah. Joe Batchelor.
Yeah, all right. Well, hopefully we can just... I think if we want to win this game, it's going to have to come off the back of our defence.
Yeah.
because the Saints are a really strong attacking team. So if our defense is on, we're every chance.
Well, you're not wrong about that. Well, CJ, thank you for coming on the Super League Elimination Finals preview. Good luck. I
Thank
hope you
you.
knock off Saints. Be good to see someone new win it for a change. All the best on Saturday night, bro.
Thank you, bro. It'd be a huge scalp to take, but yeah, it's going to be a challenge.
Absolutely. Well, thank you to everyone that tuned in. Thank you all for watching the Betfred Super League Elimination Finals preview. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you guys in the next one.